What's going on, guys? And today we'll be talking about where will Aaron Rodgers go to a different team in 2022. I do think he's leaving. I think he's done with Green Bay. We're also going to be talking about Davente Adams, but we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers right now and where I think he's going to go. So anyway, I think he's going to leave. If you don't know what happened or you're living under a rock, the 49ers beat the Packers 13-10 last night in the divisional round. Rodgers is 0-4 versus the 49ers in the playoffs. And I think the 49ers really did the job on him and the Packers. So if I were to choose a place, this is a place I would choose. The first place I have him going is the Broncos. The Broncos are in need of a quarterback. Drew Lock is not the answer. Neither is Teddy Bridgewater. The Broncos are really a contender if they get a quarterback, and I think Aaron Rodgers will make them an immediate playoff contender, maybe even Super Bowl contender. Aaron Rodgers is definitely the perfect fit for the Broncos. I think the Broncos they try to get him, but the Packers declined the trade, I think. I think the Packers will trade him or release him, and I think the Broncos will pursue him. And, yeah. Next place, I only have really two options. I think you could go to the Pittsburgh Steelers because the quarterback situation in Pittsburgh is really, really bad. Big Ben's retiring, and Dwayne Haskins I don't think is really the guy. Neither is Mason Rudolph because Rudolph isn't really that good. Neither is Haskins. I think he's a bust. But I think he's going to go to maybe Pittsburgh. I think the Steelers would be obviously a Super Bowl contenders if they get Rodgers. Pittsburgh does have the weapons. You got Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and their tight end. And I think Juju is pretty good, but he might leave after the season. And that defense Pittsburgh has is pretty good too. So I think the Steelers would be obvious contenders if they get him. Now the next player we're going to be talking about is Davente Adams and where I think he's going to go because he's a free agent this offseason. I don't think. If Rodgers doesn't stay, I think Adams is going to leave to a different team, and there's several teams out there that would need him, but there's only two teams that I really think would actually, try to sign him and get him. So I'm going to break down those two teams. Okay, the first option is the Raiders. I think the Raiders really have a good chance at signing them. Derek Carr, as you can see in the image, tried to recruit him, I think last offseason, and the Raiders... And the Raiders and Davente Adams had talks before, and Davente Adams even said that if he were to go to a different team, it would obviously be the Raiders, because I think the Raiders, it's close to his home. He's from Oakland, I think, and he's always watched the Raiders when he was younger, and I think the Raiders would obviously be playoff contenders with him, and the Raiders really need receivers. They only have, so many? Zay Jones is serviceable. I think he's underrated. I don't think Braylon Edwards is that good. And Deshaun Jackson's really washed, but he can do stuff. And Darren Waller's the only, player you really have on that offense besides Josh Jacobs. But I think Davante Adams would actually go there, making Derek Carr a lot easier because all he has is Darren Waller, and you can't just force him to Darren Waller every time. So I think this would help out the Raiders a lot. The second option, this is kind of a weird one, but I actually believe the Jaguars could actually go sign him. Why? Because the Jaguars have the most cap in the NFL. Number two, they have no offensive weapons whatsoever because all of them were hurt. I think DJ Chark is really the only receiver they got. Dan Arnold, he's serviceable. I think he's actually underrated. And James Robinson and Travis Etienne, they're running backs. I think Davante makes sense because Trevor Lawrence needs another receiver bad. I don't think Marvin Jones is all that good. And I don't think Laviska Shenault was the player he was last year, unless he makes some comeback. But I do actually believe Davante Adams has a shot at going to Jacksonville. I think the Jaguars could be playoff contenders if they get him. I think the Jaguars are good enough to actually, get him. Maybe be playoff contenders. Their schedule is pretty easy this year, but they're the Jaguars. But I think the Jaguars have a chance. But leave who you think both of these players will go to in the offseason, and who you think, if they will make them playoff contenders or not, even Super Bowl contenders. But in my opinion, those are the teams I think they're going to go to. Please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. I upload mostly every week, once or two times a week. Those are my opinions, and thank you for watching.